Are you okay?
Hey,
She made a weird cough sound.
No,
Calm
it was just
Hello, community.
we are
1, 2,
Comic Talk.
and this is a very special day because it's his birthday, and it's also the day we get to open our slabs, or some of them. We still have some cleans and presses yet to come. Those are real killer books.
Well, all of them are. Actually, there's one in there that's really rad that I'm dying to see. But do we really want to open it right now? You'd have to. Okay, I'll tell you what. We can open up those
We will
slabs.
open it tonight.
Well, when we get Mom together, when we get Khalees here. But before we get into all of that, say, Mark, say, pal, how you guys be?
We're just here to celebrate your birthday, big guy.
Well, thank you.
How does it feel to be 28?
I'm so close to doing that twice over now. I'm Mr. AARP now.
Yeah?
I be a boomer than I am almost anything else. Yeah, I hit 51, and it doesn't feel bad. You know, I mean, I did 7 hours of work, and no, 6 hours. 6 hours of work in the yard, lifting pavers all day today, and roughly just under that yesterday. Got half of the barbecue pad done again, so that'll be time 4.
That'll be
He was
fun.
working on his birthday in the yard.
Yeah, well, you know what? When you're an old ass man, that's what you do. Happy
Not wrong.
fucking birthday.
Hey, I was, so I'll consider it all okay. It's nice, it was a nice mellow day. Like I said, I got to do some work in the yard.
The show was definitely that we just did was definitely
Got to get together with you and
Yeah.
friend of
Lifting your
yours,
spirits.
Ruben.
Yeah.
And got to do a thespian theater that hasn't been done. I want to say it's been 5 weeks.
Yeah. It's been far too long. Partly it was my fault for not coordinating and scheduling correctly. And then we were trying to go and do a comic that
Too many characters.
it was too many characters. We weren't vibing with it as much as I wanted to. But luckily we have some ideas for the future. One of the ones that I was kicking around, and I'd like to see if your community thinks it's a good idea, is a book called Kill Shakespeare. It was written by IDW.
Okay, well, you talk comics. I'm gonna be silly.
And my wife's Paola is gonna be doing some weird TikToks because that's the new thing.
That is the new thing. People are doing that they're doing it everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm doing my TikTok. And if you'd like to,
she's doing it with her hand puppet thing.
Well, she does a little bit with her puppets and does a little bit with her face. But if you want to see my TikTok is one word. It's marker is awesome, is one word. And you're going to see a lot of my models and me doing weird stuff with the cats, but mostly models because that's what I've been doing during the
Gundam models.
Oh, you know it.
I've seen those. I saw those on your story. Those things are looking great, man.
I actually have been seeing that, and I think I may have even posted it on my Instagram. So yeah.
Oh my God, we just skyrocketed to 7 viewers.
Hey, viewers, appreciate you guys hanging out.
We appreciate you guys for hanging.
If you guys want an open invite, I'll drop the link in the chat. Hey, Spider, and we're just hanging out, partying. It's a nice day to party. If you haven't already seen, we did a show earlier of thespian theater that hasn't been done in 5 weeks, as we were just making mention.
Yeah.
And now we're just hanging out and enjoying each other's company.
Yeah. And I'll probably hang out until you get another person to come on and jump on your stream and talk to you. I thought it was appropriate for me to be the inaugural person, right? The person who opens everything, because I'm your freaking brother.
Right.
Oh, nice shirt.
Oh, yay, man.
I noticed that for just a second.
Aperture Science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead.
I've never heard that.
So
I know.
Portal is a very messed up game with a robot that's deprived of all human emotion. So it's it's a like a catchy song, and it's like death.
Yeah. So
Catchy tune that's very depressing.
yeah. Well, it you know
Love
what? Portal is and I think you like Portal, Kev, because
I know of the game. It's not new, right? It's been out
No.
for about a
It's a
decade.
very old game. It's a
Yeah.
puzzle game.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
of it.
and it's the whole premise is this person is you okay? Oh, my wife almost fell. But the whole premise is you are basically a test subject, and you're testing this unique weapon called a portal gun, and it allows you to move from one place to another very easily. The thing is you're supposed to use this gun to solve gravitational puzzles, to solve momentum puzzles, locational puzzles, you name it. And the whole time you're being berated by this AI named GLaDOS. And she is very maniacal and hilarious. Good voice acting from GLaDOS in it. You're gonna enjoy it a lot if you do play it. It's a very easy game to play, even if you're not a gamer. It's a good game, and I would recommend Portal 2 even for non-gamers because it is a joy. Very good voice acting.
I stand by that. Yeah.
Very good, very good. It reminds me of 2001: Space Odyssey. As far as like
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Hey, how's it going? Kind of crazy.
I remember
What's
as a
going
kid.
on?
Stop.
I'm
What's
just
going on, fellas?
enjoying hanging out with my son, my brother.
Hey, whose birthday is it?
It is mine. I am 51 today.
Hey, man, you're right behind me by 1 year, brother.
Yeah, well, same generation. You know how it is.
cheers to that.
Absolutely. Cheers to that, man. Happy
Cheers.
birthday to you. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for the invite.
Well, absolutely. Again, it's
Awesome.
just a hang out. We're just partying. I'm just enjoying the fact that with my son, we've been now doing this for 10 months, and I wanted to share my birthday with the community who have been able to share so much with me. So I just cheers to you guys,
One more.
Right.
Absolutely, man.
Well, cheers.
Go get
Man,
a soda.
I gotta get me. Hold on, I gotta get me something to drink.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's the best. It's the best we can do considering we're Corona vacationing.
Exactly. Hey, if we're going to be in isolation, you might as well enjoy it together.
I don't know about you, man, but I think I've gained about 5 pounds. So,
Catch up.
You know.
I'm at 10.
yeah. It's all about eating and drinking and watching movies and reading these darn comic books.
Heck yeah.
So,
I agree.
Yeah, man. All right. So what'd you get for your birthday? Let's see it. Any gifts?
So far, I had a few hours of work in the yard, and no. Basically, the only thing I asked for was I just wanted to hang out with the family, which I got to do, and they're still here with me. My brother got to do a show with me, which was more than I could have asked. Him and his wife sent me, which was my first gift that I received so far, $25 gift certificate to Comixology.
Nice.
So I've never
Man,
had that before. So this is new.
Listen,
for me.
I've been using Comixology for like a year, and if you have like a PlayStation or an Xbox, I watch it through my TV. So so I'm getting full screen, full panels. I don't have to squint or put my glasses on, and it's on my big screen right through my internet browser.
Do you you look at it through the browser on your PlayStation?
Just go right to Comixology.com, and the browser's just like having the app on your phone
or on your computer, right? Yeah.
Or on your computer. Yeah, exactly. So I find it to be a lot easier to read the comic. I've done it on the phone for weeks, and I'm like, wait a minute, Why can't I just watch it on the TV? You know?
Yeah,
And
great idea.
yeah, it's great. Yeah, so it's a great app, man. I mean, there's so much to read. I mean, I know that the Marvel app is just as good. It's like Burger King to McDonald's.
Yeah.
But I started with Comixology, so I guess I'll stay there. And they give me everything I need. And I like the fact that they have like this unlimited program where I can like borrow books and then just read them and then give them back without having to even pay for it.
Right.
Whole complete runs. So
Yeah, and that's the reason why I only gave my brother $25 as opposed to something larger, because I know for $6 a month you can get unlimited.
absolutely. Yeah.
Once you get
But-
cheese.
All the new titles though, you do have to drop money for. So yeah, that's good. Gift certificates fill the hole in that end, and then you can hit all the back issues on the other side.
That's what I was
Well,
thinking.
and I'm such a hardcore floppy guy that this is a good way for me to go ahead and test the waters of, hey, is this really for me? You know what I mean? And
I'll tell you, they got this really cool feature on Comixology called Guided View.
Yes.
And so what it does is it basically just shows you one panel at a time. And honestly, I like it that way because there's been times when I'm reading a story and I'm catching out of my peripheral like the shock panel that's coming up. And
Right.
so in this case, you don't see that. And next thing you know, you turn the page or the panel, and then there's the panel, and there it is, and you get it, all at once, and it's not a spoiler ahead of time. So I mean, I've even read comics where I put a piece of white paper over one side of the book while I'm reading the other side.
Yeah.
So in
I've used
this
my
case-
backing board. Yeah, I put
Yeah,
my backing board there. So yeah.
So in this case, you never have to do that, and you're reading it full screen, full panel via phone, computer, or TV.
And hey, man, that's how we did our thespian theater. I did it through the guided view.
Mm-hmm.
So we had my buddy Ruben and my wife and I, we do some voice acting and we do some acting work. So we read the parts for the comic through the guided view. So our
awesome.
audience were moving through the guided view, and I was doing the voice acting for the different characters with my wife and my buddy Ruben, and Kevin and Kai were doing some limited work too. Kai did amazing, by the way. If you have an opportunity to go and listen to that, Kai did the Mealing, the ghost baby, the haunted infant, and he like I said, I do some voice acting and stuff like that, and I direct actors and stuff. And the interesting part is you can tell somebody who good from somebody bad. Somebody bad cannot take direction. They do not change. You could say, do it differently, do it like this. And then you can give them an example. You can tell them, hey, can you do it with more conviction? Hey, can you do it with more happiness, joyfulness, whatever emotion I need you to get, right? And then when they do it again, they can't do it. They're bad. I gave Kai one note. And then Kai completely changed it around.
Wow.
And the kid's got some talent. I was shocked. I was surprised. And he's my freaking nephew, I'm supposed to compliment him, but he surprised me.
That's awesome.
You did really good too.
You don't need to compliment me, kid. I've been doing it for years.
He just knows he's good.
I got
That's
a talent.
awesome.
I don't need compliments.
Oh, that's great,
Everyone,
man.
I'm going to be eating. Why my lovely wife's making dinner. Mother-in-law's here.
I'm
She's
hungry.
assisting, and we're just going to be eating while we're partying.
What's for dinner?
She's making steak. By request of me, I asked for a simple steak. Nothing too gnarly, nothing too thick, just something to slap on and slap off. Okay?
I got some salad right now.
And we did a salad.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
They wanted to do a potato, and I just said, just macaroni and cheese out of a box is fine for me.
Some mac and cheese, man.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Hey, man. You could put a beautiful baked mac and cheese in front of me, and you could put the the Kraft box mac and cheese right next to it, and I'm gonna take equal portions of both.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that. You know, you can mess up mac and cheese, man. But there's some good recipes out there.
Yeah, it's hard to mess it up. It's hard to mess it up.
Trust me, I know somebody who can mess it up every time.
What?
Even the microwave macaroni and cheese, they can mess up.
It's a macaroni disability.
Oh,
That's why I do all my own cooking. You know, I love you.
You're making me cry, man.
Mhm.
Ooh,
That's good.
Hey, Bo.
cool. When you guys are done with the salad, we're gonna crack that puppy open.
What?
The slabs. I've been waiting
Oh.
2 days to open up these slabs, but I want it to be a family fare. I want the wife to cut open the floor. I want my daughter to cut open the box. I want my wife to take out all the filling, and then I go ahead and do the showing, and then I'll peek out of the side to see what grade we got.
Are these your slabs? Are these the comics you picked out that were going out to CGC last like a month, 2 months ago?
You know what? So one, you're obviously an individual that watches our show, and two, you are absolutely correct. This
All
is
right.
the books that we asked the community to assist us on picking, and then Kai and I went to Torpedo Comics to have them signed by Donnie Cates, and then they were witnessed. We had 9 books signed, 6 witnessed, 4 that we decided not to press because we thought, well, he's a lot better at grading than I am. I taught him what I know, but that doesn't mean that I scrutinize as well as he does.
Sure.
So-
it's good to over scrutinize too.
Decided that the 4 that we were going to not clean and press were of decent quality not to do so. And as long as we get anything above a 9.2, 9.4 ish, especially if something that's either been drawn on or is a thick book, because you know how hard it is. You know what I mean?
It
Yeah.
is, man. It's hard to get a 9.8. I mean, honestly, I have one signed slab, and it's Ice Cream Man #1.
Ooh,
So
Oh,
signed.
okay, it's signed. The guy's signature is odd. Look at this signature. I don't know if you can see it.
It's
So
just
I can't.
Yeah,
It's the,
just like it's just crazy.
it's the squiggle from fucking
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown squiggle.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But you know, I can only get a 9.4 out of it. So I mean, they're
Wow.
hard to get 9.8. So if you can, I hope that when you open that up, man, they're 9.8. That'd be so awesome.
you have some harsh
Yeah.
critics.
Well, I mean, I found CBCS is actually a little more harsher than CGC. And
You're
in
right. You're right.
If they get busy, they won't even look at certain things. You know, you can throw a double cover at them and they won't even notice.
You're right. And honestly, man, the one horror story I could throw out into the mix would be I had a #1 Walking Dead, and it was from
Whoa.
it was a 2005 so it basically 2003 is when it came out, but 2005 they printed a Peruvian version. So the Peruvian version came out in like 2005. So I held on to this thing. It was in the actual retailer bag
Right.
for like 10 years. I finally sent the damn thing out to go get slabbed, and it's in a bag. I never even opened it.
Yeah.
And when it came back a 7.5 from CGC. I was like, how's that possible? So I mean, it was perfectly kept. You know how you do it.
Yeah.
You buy it, you put it up, don't mess with it.
Yeah. You know, it
And
must
then
have
you send
been
it away.
it must have been before you bagged it, man.
I don't know. It had to have, but it was 7.5. It came back a 7.5, and I was blown away. There was not a single. I mean, you look at it, it looks 9.6 to 9.8 right out the gate.
Yeah.
But maybe it's the grader I got that day.
He was having
we
a
all
bad day.
heard. Yeah, I just got maybe I got that dude that day. So you know, good. I can't wait to see what you got, man. I cannot wait to see your signed slabs, man. That's awesome. You're gonna open this up.
Actually, hey Sin, you ready to? All you have to do is take this knife and cut this open.
So, can you tell what comic my wife loves?
Let's. Oh,
I guess
Lady Death.
it'd be a Lady Death thing.
Almost.
Where is it?
Well, I'm gonna
Looks
have to.
like-
That,
Can you read sideways? It's gonna go like this.
Let me do this. Let me go ahead and make
yeah, let's make you big.
that puppy open.
Like that, right there.
Say hi, Khalees.
Hi, Khalees.
What?
It's
Well, she's
Sandman.
now-
My wife loves Sandman by
I'm
Neil
gonna hold it
Gaiman.
up. I'm gonna make us big. I'm gonna go ahead and
See,
oh,
Neil
we do that
Gaiman.
now. We can do that, right?
No.
Neil Gaiman, Sandman, and she happens to really love Death from Sandman.
Are you gonna do that? No. I was-
It's a great story if you guys haven't read it by Neil
I
Gaiman.
haven't.
Yeah. It was written in the 90s. It's basically his magnum opus. And Neil Gaiman's like a massive author. We're talking like he wrote Good Omens, which was a big like Amazon special that they had.
Right.
And he wrote Stardust, like he wrote Marvel 1602.
Oh yeah.
So
So that's the dude.
yeah,
Here for a moment?
he's amazing. He's like this eclectic, weird British guy,
Uh-huh.
and he wrote this amazing story that takes place in the DC universe, and it's called Sandman, and it's a beautiful story. It's about 100 issues, and you can get it in different collections.
Sure.
If you haven't read it, I would highly suggest it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write that down because I got that comicology, so we'll have to check that out. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
All right, Kevin.
So, hey, we're gonna unbox. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna unslab. We're gonna make us big.
Let's do this.
Here we go. Here we go.
Drum roll, please.
So I had my daughter cut open the box. I had my daughter
I
or my
like
wife bring
What?
out all the slabs,
I like what I see.
and then I had Kai remove them
Okay,
from the
Kai.
bubble wrap. He is now looking at what the slabs. He is going to take out this bag.
Oh, it's good.
Ooh,
I like the grades I see.
9-6 for Venom.
So we got a 9-6
Oh.
number. What is that? 9, right? Yeah, 9-6 for 9, which I'm okay with. I'm good on that.
We have a 9-2.
All right, so that was the 9-2 that I was hoping for a minimum. So that was for the number 1. So I guess we did need to press this thing. I'm not quite certain because I never saw.
Hey, at least we got 9s. Could have been worse.
I didn't see a flaw in this thing. But for Venom 1,
And we have a 9-4.
for number 7, there we are.
Oh wow.
So yeah, these were all at the signed event. So at least we got at least 9 2s on everything.
And
Yeah.
I'm very proud to announce that this signing sketch by Donnie Cates came back a 9-6.
Yeah.
Fantastic, man.
So that's the Thor number 1.
This was my special one. In my
So this
opinion.
is Kai got Donnie Cates to actually do this for him, and we didn't even pay for it. Donnie Cates did this on his own. So
Wow.
Man, that's awesome.
brand new Thor number 1, and we did
That's
check on the
awesome.
inside. No, it is not the Star Wars Thor version thing. I did look.
I'm gonna pop
um,
one of the bubbles.
I'm guessing it's a 9-6 because there was a small smear. I don't know. I don't see any problems with this thing.
Like sometimes when the artists are like, they're like holding the comic in place while they're drawing, they can get their thumb on the corners.
I know, and right here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any problems with any of the corners or anything.
Maybe they just decided to go harsh on you because there were some smears.
Yeah, it was just they wanted to, but yeah, then
9-6.
That's
I'll
still,
take
it's
it.
still awesome, man.
I'll take a grade below.
So there we go. These were the 4 books that we were waiting on. Of the books that we asked the community to, hey, man, thanks, God Tank. 2 brothers. And again, that link's dropped. Hey, Z, I appreciate all you guys being here. Thanks. You want to jump on in. So I dropped the link. We just did the unboxing. These were the books that we asked you, the community, to help us decide where we're going to get slabbed. These were all witnessed. We just got them back 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. So we're still waiting on a couple more. This is the stuff. I didn't want to actually show you that, but I'm kind of curious on the graders' notes of what they said. You know, I'll have to.
Huh. Yeah, let's find out. Let's find out how harsh they
got the
are.
notes?
I'm sorry.
Let's find out how harsh they are.
Well, yeah, they actually didn't give any information on here that I can see. You know, but
I thought that was a side service you had to pay for. I thought they were doing something like you pay and then they give.
And you're not going through the free service is when you can actually get the notes, unless you want to buy them. I heard as a separate service that you can actually buy the notes if you state that you had bought the slab second, party or whatever, third party or so forth.
I just think the fact that you're paying for it to be graded, you should have the notes regardless.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean you're paying that fee anyway.
That should be there.
I agree.
I mean, I like how CBCS does it. You can just pop that Q code on there, and you can get the grade, all the info on the notes. If it's like less than a 9.6 and below, anything 9.6 or 9.8 above, there's no grader notes for CBCS.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, look on the back of a CBCS slab, and I think that Q code, I think you just hit your phone with it, and it'll all come up on your phone.
Huh.
So, I mean, that's a nice thing that CBCS does for no additional charge. As a matter of fact, I have a CB. Let me see. Let me just see. I have one CBCS slab. Let me see. Yeah, so I got this slab, this 9.8 Vampirella, and on the back they got the Q code. See that code there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you just take your phone, take a photo of that in Q photo mode, and then it'll just give you all the graders notes. But because that particular slab is a 9.8, there's no notes.
Yeah, because it's all perfect. Yeah.
Because it'd be nice just to know. And like you say, because sometimes it's just a matter of, because it's a very subjective thing that
it is, man.
That person might not be feeling it that day. You know what I mean? There's like, 9.4. Like, what's wrong with it?
It smells bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, little guy.
No, I'm pretty stoked on how these things actually came back. I'll consider.
Congratulations, man! Those are great comics.
Not only that, but I mean, these are all books that, because I just recently got back into this. Everything that you see here are books that I got with Kai. So I'm not really necessarily just sealing up these, good books, that are obviously worth money, but I'm sealing up a memory, and I obtained a memory that I now not only encapsulated. And this is my symbolic way of being able to pry that memory out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm thankful for this service. Honestly, the service has been around, 19, 20 years now. Yeah. And it's changed the whole industry as far as, protecting the comics that we all grew up with. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've got just maybe a small handful, 5 or 6 comics that I still have that I bought when I was a kid. And it's nice that I can at least slab those, and I have 2 out of the 4 or 5 that I've slabbed, and I can at least give those to my children, and they're safe and they're preserved and they're guaranteed at a particular grade. So I think there's a lot of benefits to slabbing for whatever reason, whether it be a new comic or a comic that you've had. Like, if I think my oldest comic, I mean, I actually bought Star Wars #1. And I was like 10 years old when that comic came out. I remember buying it at the 7-Eleven or the Thrifties or wherever it was.
Mhm.
But to have something that I can hold on to and then encapsulate and keep forever, for much longer, that's something I'm definitely going to do on those type of comics.
Right. Yeah, and I've yet to do that myself with those, but it's the same. I'm the same. I have the first 3 of those, and yeah, you know what I mean. And that's what I want to do is these things that I know that I can't keep them any better than I can, and
Right.
I not clean. I do not press, so it'd be nice to be able to have that service done, preserve it in the best way I can, and then just lock them down and say, hey, this is it. You know, I'm not looking to turn them over. I've never sold a book yet.
Yeah,
So,
no, I have friends of mine that specifically just collect to flip. So to have stuff pressed, I mean, that is what you do. You know,
Yeah.
if you're going to go the full route, you know.
Right. Because you have
So I
fans,
also
and then
have a couple books that need it just out of necessity. Because, like you're saying, after having a book after 30 years plus,
Right.
you know, I started when I was 7. So, you know, now
Sure.
turning 51, you know, you're talking 44 years. So,
Yeah.
Right.
the book, you know, there's so many years that it really needs it just out of the sake of love to be pressed and clean. I mean, just to say, hey, I appreciate you.
Yeah, exactly, man. Oh, well, that's great. Hey, listen, I wanna give you a happy birthday gift, man. So tell me who you like. Who's your character, man? Who's your go-to comic, man?
You actually did. There's a lot of people that have already tried to reach out to me, and I have some small issues of receiving things as far as in a book sense and all that. Maybe if I win it or something like that one day, but
well, you
I
won it.
I've already told a
You
few
won it
people.
right now. You turned 51.
Hey, man. You
I
beat Bob,
appreciate the community. I appreciate the community embracing my son and I. I appreciate the community allowing us, my son and I, to bond over this. So to me, that's enough. And to be able to have individuals like yourself to be able to cruise on to here and hang out, that's even better. So that's enough. And down the road, things work out. You know how it is. Things work. This is a comic karma thing that people just tend to kick down people with things because they want
Sure.
to out of a necessity of a certain storyline, or they hear, wow, you got everything but that one book. It just so happens I have 3 of those, you know, or whatever. You know what I mean? So thank you. And I'm sure down the road something will work out. And I appreciate you hanging out with me, man.
Right on, Kev. Well, God bless you, man. Happy birthday. Keep it going, man. I'm listening. Just got to do daddy duty. You know how it is.
Yeah. Do
Hey,
that,
man. Nice
dude.
talking to you too, brother. You guys have a great night, man. Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you. You take care.
God bless you.
Good talk, man.
You too. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what, Kev, you're an awesome guy, and I hope I hope you realize that when people come in and say hi, and they come down here and they wish you a happy birthday because you're real cool, and I I've known it for my whole life, and everyone else in the community is figuring it out because you know what, my whole life I knew it was true. And I told everyone in the community, I said, hey, my brother's a real cool cat. He's got some real old comics and he's a real comic dude. And he's just waiting for his kid, my nephew, to turn of age to start enjoying these books. And as soon as they do, he's going to come back to the community, and you wait, just you wait. I was telling everyone.
Well, there's been quite a few years actually that I recall of you saying, "Hey, you know what? New comic book or free comic book day is happening," or "Hey, you know what? We're doing D&D again this Wednesday," or "Hey, we got." So it's not like you haven't been trying to bait me out there for a while.
Yeah, but you can't catch the big fish until you got to bait it for a while. You leave the hook out there for a little while.
Well, and the cool thing is, I think something had to happen right, and I think I think it was all serendipitous. So I think it had to be now. You know what I mean? It couldn't have been too early. I think I caught good stories. I think I came in at the right time when there were certain people in the community that when I met, they'd already been established. So meaning hypothetically, if I would have came in 2 or even 3 years earlier, I may never have really met, Rod the Rican, Just Rican, his comics, or Perry, or a lot of these people weren't necessarily started yet, or actually had any feet beneath them yet, if they had.
Yeah.
So without them, Kai and I wouldn't have been where we're at now. So
Right.
like I said, it all had to work out the way it worked out for it to be here and now and how it is, which is cool.
Life is serendipitous, man. You don't choose the things that happen. None of us would go and choose to live this life of isolation due to a virus that could potentially harm people. No one chooses that life, but we make the best of what we were given. And I think right now this is an opportunity, not the virus. The virus isn't an opportunity. The virus is horrible, and I feel bad for anyone who catches it or have family or friends who catch it. But this is an opportunity for everyone else to really hone into the things that we love, and to hone into the things that we've maybe neglected. So whether it's your comic book collection, maybe it's all those books that are collecting dust that you haven't read, or all those chores, or all the people that you haven't called in a while. I think this is an opportunity for us to remember those things and to give reverence to. And so I think I'm really happy that you're back into comics right now, and I'm sorry that you have to celebrate your birthday in isolation and that you and I can't hug. Yeah,
that is a bummer there.
But one thing I do appreciate is I hope that if somebody out there is watching this episode, I said this story before on your show, and I'll say it again. You introduced me to comics. You started the geek time clock in my head. You did the doomsday clock. You started it. And for me, and I think it started when we watched the X-Men animated series. I think that's when it really started for me, because I was like, wait, hold on. Is Scott Summers the leader? And is his name Scott or is his name Cyclops? And you were like, it's both. That's his code name. And I didn't understand that concept. And you were telling me how superheroes work, And I was like, wait, why is Charles Xavier there? Wait, who's Jean Grey? Why is she sitting there? Why is she important? Why is she just standing right next to the old guy in the wheelchair? Old guys in the wheelchair shouldn't be leaders. And you're like, hold on, just go with it, And I'm like asking you all these questions, and you're like trying to find nice ways to, answer these questions, these important questions for your little annoying brother. Because I know it troubled you, but you wanted me to get into it.
No. I mean, again, my thing is I needed something at an early age, that being that you're born 16 years from me, I needed something that I could share with you that I was into at the time also. So to me, it was just natural to go ahead and the cartoons, the comics, along with changing your diapers.
Yeah. And and I grew up in the era where we had awesome Marvel animated series. We had the Spider-Man animated series that came out that you and I watched. We had the short-lived Silver Surfer series, which you and I watched. And you were telling me all about Silver Surfer, and I found him so fascinating, and I still do to this day. And his comics are amazing, and they're almost like Doctor Who stories at this point. And they're great. The Wildcats. You remember the Wildcats animated series? And you were like, man, this is nothing like nothing like the comic.
Yeah, no, I was back there in the Image days, and and that's another thing that's what's cool, I guess, about not only sharing it with you, but sharing it with Kai. It's going that whole next generation. It's my dad. I have his books. It's I don't know. It's pretty cool. I mean, it was a great way for me. That was one of the things that Kai and I did on the first shows was what was it? Past, Present, Future. What was the name of it? And we were going over some of the books of my dad's. It was a good way to get into the mind of a 14-year-old kid. That was my dad.
Yeah.
And at the time, you know, my son was 14, so that was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't recognize you, and thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And, yeah.
Appreciate being here, everybody.
Well,
Yeah, I'm turning it, man. We did a little unboxing. That's Venom 9, Venom 1, Venom 7, and the brand new Thor #1 with a custom sketch on there that Kai and I got all done by Donnie Cates. Signed over at Torpedo Comics in Anaheim.
Mhm.
Anaheim, yeah, Orange area. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. You too, there, Mark. I got my dog over here. She's hitting me up on some of the macaroni and cheese. Like, please.
When's that steak coming up, Kev?
Like right now.
Ooh.
This is my birthday dinner.
Mac and cheese, steak, biscuit. What is that? A Hawaiian roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect.
See, and it can be doubled as a, I guess, a birthday dinner or an execution dinner. Either way, I'd order the same thing.
Well, you know, life is short.
I'll find out later.
Yeah. Life is short, man. It's also the longest thing you'll ever do, which is odd. It's odd that we say life is short.
That's what they call.
That's true.
Yeah. But you know, your
Everything else we do, it's nothing. I mean, it's considerably longer.
Did you?
I just want to celebrate you one more time. I want to do a cheers to you, Kevin,
Wow.
because my brother Kevin, because you brought the world
For the 3-month thing.
of comics
Can I do that?
to me
Oh yeah, no.
in a very vulnerable age, and it helped me survive through the toughest times of maturity and puberty, and it helped me a lot to grow and become I think a decent human being.
Almost definitely.
And I can only I have faith that that the stories and the love that you share with Kai is going to help him develop into a decent human being. That you hope that your son and hopefully your daughter will become soon too. Wow, my words are not.
I think I totally know what you're saying, and at this point, I think they're both beating me out as far as behavior and kind of direction and all that. Because, yeah, I was pretty lost at their age.
Yeah, I know it was hard for you in the early days of your adulthood and your late teens, because you basically were
Partying.
tasked with raising me.
Well,
It's 9.6. Good job. 2 of them.
Sin's happy with the grading
Oh my
on the
God.
books.
They're all above 9s, and you got 2 9.6s. That's awesome.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be above 9s? He didn't even touch them.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah, the 9.2 should be better than that.
you would think. I'm not certain what happened there. You know, Kai and I really looked at them, and they seemed fine. But
Yeah, well, you're not looking at them with a magnifying lens, and
true
you're
that.
not looking at them with an eye of a with the eye of a CGC guy. Those guys are trained, man. They're
No, but I
trained
was
with
really-
anything.
Say their opinion.
I can
So-
crack it, send it in, clean, press. Stagman is doing a signing right now, but you know what? I think all that would remove what Kai and I did.
Right.
And what Kai and I did. You know what I mean? And I want to remove that.
Considering they're above a 9 and they were opened and signed,
Yeah,
You know,
it's true.
like let's count our blessings here, because they kind of go up in value because now they've been signed and pressed and then boxed or whatever,
Parker?
and they're still a 9.
Oh, hi, babe.
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah. When are we gonna play our games?
Oh, you want to play Jackbox games, Cindy?
Yeah, did you set it up? Well, not you said Sunday.
Sunday. For the audience, the community, I'm tasked with doing a family party. I'm gonna do it via probably Discord or something. I have to run Jackbox games through like Steam, and we're all gonna play on our cell phones, and we're gonna make each other laugh or do trivia or whatever on Sunday. I highly suggest that for the community. If you have family in out of state or at a distance, and you still want to socialize and maybe awkwardly trying to talk maybe through the phone, maybe you guys could try like Jackbox games, which you can download on Steam, or you can download on any like PlayStation or Switch or Xbox, and you can just literally tell your family how to log in. They log in through their phones, and then you can maybe stream it to them. And they're fun. They're fun little games. Like we do a t-shirt KO one, which is a lot of fun, where you draw and make t-shirts and slogans, and you make each other laugh. It's a lot of fun.
It is. Hey, Cap, how you doing, man?
How you doing?
It's a pleasure to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well.
Good. Figured I'd jump on, wish you a happy birthday.
Well,
Have
thank
a little
you.
shot after your meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to re-up, but yes, man. Thank you. How's your day going?
Good. Locked up, never good, but whatever.
Hey, as long as you're healthy and as long as you got enough food and enough toilet paper, we can make this. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
They love you.
Yeah, plenty of everything.
Perfect.
Wow.
Except I want to go outside.
My
With
wife
you.
is admiring your background. She wants to know what it is.
It's
make it-
one of my flags from Sturgis.
Oh, okay. Sure, it's fine.
Awesome.
I just made it big, so you can see now.
Awesome.
Killer.
But I can change all my sceneries anytime I want. I got there's the pirate flag one that I do with the two brothers.
Ooh, fun.
All
Change
right.
it all with that one.
Yeah. I like Sturgis.
Oh yeah.
My dad's a big fan of Sturgis.
So was I. That's why I had to move here.
I don't got a Harley anymore. So I can't Sturgis. I only got a Suzuki.
Well, in your older age, you learn, so it's much easier to stagger home. If it's only like a mile or two out.
Oh yeah, man. I was looking at getting a water buffalo in my old age. I want to get me a water cooled Harley one of these days. We'll see. It's an investment.
It always is.
Yeah, I wouldn't be very good. I decided to stay away from bikes because I already know what I do. So I won't do that, and I just stay away. Now my brother on the other, they got more discipline than I, so I'll just stick with a car.
Yeah. Well, I got into a bad motorcycle accident, and I got me a tattoo. You can barely see it, but I fell on the 110 freeway over here in California, and I lost about like 10% of my skin, and didn't break a bone. But it's the Japanese crotch rockets is what I was on. And I love them. I love them to death, Cap. But they are very dangerous, and under young man's control, they're extremely dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Our elder brother, because he's the middle brother. I'm the youngest. Our eldest brother, he's got a Harley and he's got a Suzuki, and He's gotten in more accidents on the Suzuki than the Harley.
Oh yeah, just with that spinning out of that back tire, I tell you what, man, them ones just bam and they're just gone compared to a Harley. You know, it's more style. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's true.
You
Totally
know when you're
different.
riding a Harley compared to a crotch rocket.
Yeah. And his Harley's freaking nice. Like he takes care of it.
Well, my
Yeah.
Harley's up in Kansas City with a real good friend of mine called Charlie Crew. He customized bikes. So I had to give up like my Ghost Rider #1 9.0 to him, a couple other comic books. Instead of having a sporty, I have a shorty now. It's all bobbed out and everything else, getting ready for paint job.
All
So I
right.
was pretty happy today too. He called me. He goes, "I know your birthday's coming up. I want to give you some good news." I was like, "All right." So
Agree with that.
he doesn't call it my sporty anymore. He calls it my shorty. It's all cut. Everything's all bobbed on it all the way down. So
So you gave up a motorcycle comic for a real motorcycle.
yeah, I gave him probably, I want to say about 20 comic books altogether. But that was the most expensive one, was that Ghost Rider #1 at a 9.0.
Oh,
But
right.
you know, you can't beat that barter trader system with the buddy like nothing else, you know. And he's like, he hangs these up in his shop, you know, and
Oh yeah.
everything I sold to him were all motorcycles or Ghost Rider,
Hell yeah.
Evil Knievel, comic book, one of them order in Sears comic books that are kind of rare.
Yeah,
I
they are
found one of them. I sent that to him too. You know, all of them are all hanging up in the shop. So I mean, he's like, "Now I'll hook you up, Cap." And I was like, "Right on."
Yeah. And they're going to be revered, man. Like they're not going to take them down and read them. They're going to be like, "Nah, man, you leave those up. They're they're up there and they're framed, man. Like they're badass motorcycle comics. You don't touch
All
them."
right. That's the way he was too. He was just like, "Well, I know on average, you know, you got day-to-day life. Know you do comic books and stuff. So let's figure a way out that we can work this out, and I'll custom build your bike." And I was like, "All right."
F yeah, man.
So I'm kind of waiting for Sturgis because that's when it'll show up.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
When Sturgis this year?
August 6th through August 7th through the 16th.
Cool. Well, hopefully we'll be done with this shit
That's what I was.
by then. And
Yeah.
and it's looking like it should be, as long as people social distance, we should be mostly good to go with the social distancing part by August, man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. This town's about 5,000 people, but during the rally, it jumps up to about 2 million people on a 5,000.
God.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's social distancing doesn't work very well. Something like that.
That was 2 million people. No, God damn.
No, man.
I work for a campground called Glencoe, and we can get anywhere from 10 to 40,000 people just in our campground alone.
Mm.
Wow.
Hot
We
damn.
have 230 cabins on the property. So it
Sounds like
gets
a
a
lot
little.
of fun.
Oh, it is. It's like Mardi Gras, Disneyland, and motorcycles all rolled up in one.
Sounds perfect to me.
Yeah. Our campground is pretty crazy. We're one of the crazier ones. You know, there's never been any TV shows or anything like that. They have their own private security people, you know, because, I mean, I hate to say it, but there is naked people that run around and you just want to, here's a leaf, cover that up, you know.
Well, you know, I'd be naked there. Why not?
I used to do it back in my younger days, but, you know.
I'm still kind of young. I'll do it. Why not?
Huh?
I'm kind of young. I'll do it. Why not?
There you go.
Cheers.
It is funny.
It's a great time, great place.
Pass me by. I think
What's
those
that?
days are coming for me.
Nah, they never pass away.
No.
Uh-huh.
They're always there. You just got to find them once in a while.
I guess, yeah, I can see that. It's true. Wow, there's people floating in and out. You know, the cool thing is I'm seeing a lot of people I've never seen before. That don't sound
Yeah.
right. I'm digging that. I appreciate you guys hanging out.
Well, it's your birthday.
Yeah,
We gotta give reverence, man.
Wow. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, what better way of a day than to actually get a little bit done? Got to hang out in the backyard for a little while, hang out with the dog.
Dang, you worked your ass off.
Wife made me a great meal. Got to unbox some killer slabs with my son. And at some point, we're even going to do a cake, ice cream cake.
Dairy Queen special?
31 flavors.
31 flavors.
Same thing.
Essentially. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'm surprised they weren't closed.
About a $30 difference.
Where did it come from?
31 flavors.
So I think they're doing a pickup thing where you can, you
No,
don't.
it's by Vons.
Oh, it's the Vons one pre-made. So that's why.
No,
Five
The one that's near Vons.
in the Vons
Oh,
parking
so
lot.
obviously they wouldn't be doing
No,
anything
I
where you
had
can
a
hang
custom
out.
order it.
Yeah. So you have to come by, pick it up, and
You got paid $10 more just for vanilla versus chocolate.
seriously?
Because the chocolate ones are pre-made and they get shipped to them. If you want
Chocolate
anything
is pre-made, but not vanilla.
custom made.
What's up with that?
So he was
What?
wanted it-
What? What?
he did it. He didn't know if he could do it. He had to make sure his cake decorator was covered.
Oh, it makes no
Oh,
sense.
I'm now hearing this is a total custom cake
All right.
for a basic thing. I thought it was like a ready-made. You just go pick it up and you're good to go.
Nope.
Yeah,
Right.
I want an ice cream cake right now.
Where are you? It's your brother's birthday. You're supposed to be here.
No, he's not.
I'm supposed to social distance.
Right. Proper social system.
My sister-in-law is giving me a hard time as always.
Hey,
Because
well,
we miss you.
but that was the idea of why we're doing this. We're hanging out on lines that this way we can hang out with the community. We can hang out with the brother. We can
Yeah, but where's Paw Paw?
pals over there. somewhere.
Let me go get her. Paola,
She's TikToking away.
you're being summoned.
I want a TikTok.
She's making TikToks. She's
I want a
she's being
TikTok.
TikTok famous right now.
I don't know how to TikTok. I want to learn how to TikTok.
She's making hilarious TikToks right now,
Are they all with the hand puppet thing?
and being puppets.
Look, my hair's gonna be all crazy.
Well, there she is. You see how
Hey.
beautiful my wife
You're
is?
gonna have a lag there probably, so you'll probably see her any second. 3, 2,
There she is.
there she
You
is.
see how-
Paw Paw.
You see how ugly I am compared to her? How beautiful she is.
Lies.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I'm lucky.
Well, I hope none of my girls get my beard.
I groom daily, so
Woo! But you could see, like, the reason why she likes Death of the Endless from the Sandman is because she looks a lot like her. You see that?
Yeah.
Character. Same character, right there, and right there, and right there, and right there, and right there.
Always got eyes on you, huh?
at all times. Aw, Zozo.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's a cute puppy.
She's more interested on the steak than she is saying hi to the
Yeah,
community.
she's wanting food.
she's
Same.
acting like she has never been fed before. Silly thing.
The answer is no, ma'am.
Yeah, so at least I finally it wasn't until the day before yesterday that I finally got to read all the books that I had recently purchased. What was that? 3 weeks now we're on her new comic book days.
I'm gonna pick
Yeah.
I finally
for anything.
go through all that. Finally got to open this box. I feel almost rather complete. I've been going back through the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Power Ranger crossover that's going on right now.
Yeah.
When I was old, I got the first issue and I'm reading back through it. But yeah, I would have to say that this thing is doing me a favor because I've been able to do some yard work. I'm saving a couple of dollars on no new comic book day right now. You know what I mean? And I'm actually throwing some money away as far as the LCS is concerned because I'll end up buying, probably a $50 gift certificate, and I've already got my stuff pre-purchased on online all the way into June. So I'm good.
Yeah.
So if you want to, if they want to open this up maybe in the beginning of the I would say the next month, that would work out for me.
Right. Well, I know my LCS, they're doing like special things where if you like message them on Facebook, they will mail you your pull. And I think that's freaking great. Granted, I think it's an extra $5, but they're going to mail me my pull. And because, I am friends with the owner on Facebook, so I think that's really cool. And I think it's a good way for small businesses to actually still keep somewhat of a profit and to, be able to open up when this freaking virus goes away. So, contact your LCS and let them know, you're interested in your pull. Cause there's, comics still coming out.
Right.
There are some I've noticed. There's a couple smaller of the publishers that are actually still having a couple of books that were given to them, through Diamond a couple of weeks ago. So there's still a couple of books that are coming out.
Yeah.
Or if they're self-published, so there's a couple of people that, and even the case of Golden Apple, they've been releasing stuff because they can.
Right.
I've been hitting up a lot of auctions lately, but same thing. I hit up my local LCS. I talked to him on Facebook Messenger. I got his own text number. If I'm missing something, I'll call him up and say, hey, I'm looking for this in my collection that I haven't gone through a year and didn't realize I was missing this. But he helps me out with anything. Same thing with my wife. We try to help him out any way we can too. So that's the nice thing about it.
Yeah. No, especially in a time right now, everyone needs to be, however we can helping one another out to just make it through it. Because once we're on the other side, then we're on the other side.
Well, that's the same thing with all these businesses right now that have to be shut down and everything, not just our comic book, We just take example, our comic book shops. If 10 people walk in there every day or every Wednesday and buy $60 worth of comic books, that business is gone for them totally to keep their lights on, everything else as a day-to-day income for them to keep going and keep selling,
Yep.
That's usually their only biggest day is usually Wednesday with the new comic book day out of their whole week. Now that's completely gone,
Yeah. I know my LCS, they have, they're a little bigger than your average LCS, and they got room to do like Magic the Gathering, like the card game. They have a dedicated board game night, or board game day. They have a dedicated Dungeons and Dragons day, which is actually Wednesday. So, they're making money in different ways. You can imagine to have none of those days at all.
Yeah, just
zero income. And the only way he's making income at all is when people say, hey, could you mail me my pull?
right.
And then some of those pulls are saying, hey, we're not like Diamond's like, we're not distributing right now. Like it's too dangerous. And I don't blame them. Like people who don't realize they have the virus are distributing it to people. And some people are more vulnerable than others. And there's no way to know There's no way to know that, you know, I'm going to be better off than my brother is, or vice versa, or whatever. So,
Right.
you know, I completely understand the social distancing thing. It sucks. I hate it. But, you know, I just hope that we can figure out how to help the small businesses, help them thrive for a little bit, help them survive through this thing. And when they come back, they can be, you know, 100. That's what I'm hoping.
Right. Yeah, I don't like this homeschooling stuff. My kids keep getting a crush on the teacher.
That's fine.
It's awkward, let me tell you.
It does make it a little difficult. It does, definitely.
My cats
Yeah,
are loving me.
My dog's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. She don't know why we're home all the time.
Right?
Cats. Girl.
She's waiting for all of a sudden something to happen. She's like, I know something's gonna happen.
I'm afraid of being more and more aggressive.
Yeah, our older cat, she's like aggressive with us now. She's like, "Oh, you need to pet me now.
You need to feed me.
You need to feed me now.
She wakes up.
You're here. Feed me."
She used to just meow at us, but now she's taken to climbing on the food bag, and she will like make noise until one of us wakes up to give him food. Happened
Wow.
2 times already.
Someone got you trained.
She's never done it before, so we don't even know why.
It's brand new.
And she- no one's waking up. All right.
Awesome.
All right, I'll wake you up now. Wake up,
Hey.
jerk.
Wake up!
Hey, Mr. Worse.
Hey, Rob,
There, we just lost.
you're the best worst
Hey,
guy I
Captain.
know. Nice to see you, man.
No, I'm just
I like his.
the worst.
Nah, you're the best. It's nice to see you, sir. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Just finished up doing a show on the Comic Core, and we were backstage chatting it up until I realized, oh my God, I've kept Andy like an hour over time, and it's after midnight, and he's got a family.
Oh wow. So hey, how did Andy do? I know that was like the second time he hosted a show. So How do you do?
I was hosting. I was just making a guest appearance. But it was fun. We were talking about buying, selling. Is now a good idea to be buying stuff? And if so, what? If anyone missed it, catch it on the replay. Otherwise, we're going to talk about it now.
gonna have to.
Yeah, I watched some of it, and then I had to go back to another show, and then to an auction, then back to you guys. I was jumping all around earlier.
Well, I'm going to hit
And-
the old dusty trail, Kevin. You have
Yeah.
the happy birthday that you deserve.
Well, thank you.
And
I'm not gonna hang
sing-
out too much longer. I just want to hang out for a while. I appreciate you jumping on too, Rob. But
As
thank
your-
you, Mark.
As your brother, I'm going to sing something that's very copyrighted to you. And it's going to go, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kevin. Happy birthday to you. And I just sang it to you, so that I'm not going to sing it again because it's copyrighted, and I don't want to be sued.
I understand that fully.
But
Hey, thanks for the whole thespian theater thing. We'll be talking to you guys soon. Everyone in the community, if you haven't already, sub up to Mark and Powell. They're going to be hanging out with us more often, especially as we hopefully do the thespian theater every other week. And thanks for the happy birthday celebration. Thanks for the $25 to Comixology. I look forward to trying that out for the first time.
you're not done. You got to talk to Rob and Cap. I'm just going to leave.
Oh, I will. No, I will for a bit.
Keep
Yeah,
partying.
definitely. They want to
PM, you'll top tea.
cake, but I got time for right now, so we're good.
Bye.
Take care.
I'm basically unemployed. That's why I'm here.
But again, what you got to see is that's my half brother. I have a half brother, an older brother, and then 2 step brothers. and I'm yes, and I do have a brother-in-law, but I had to cover all the brother bases. So he's the one that's been trying to get me back in the comics for years, and he got me back into it. And so, yeah, I owe him a lot.
And now here you are.
Yeah, it's small world in the sense of I would never have thought this, and I never thought that he would be doing this with me. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty
Just
cool.
wait another year. As long as you're still doing this, you're still going to find yourself going, about a year ago, I thought I'd never wind up making it, fill in the blank, or appearing on a show with fill in the blank. It's all going to happen. All it is just time and hanging around. Longer
Right.
stay, more people think you're a veteran.
My big thing when Kai and I started this, we wanted to do something that would be a contribution to the community outside of what was already being done. So we want to bring artists, creators, ideas, stories, publishers, things that people have not either seen before or didn't have access to. And after talking, that was why we did it. And we want to keep doing that. So long as we are welcomed by you guys, which we have been so much and so far, so just graciously, it's been awesome. Everyone keeps trying to give me stuff that, I don't want to go anywhere. I am learning a lot of all the stuff that I've missed in all these years. And I'm having so much fun. It's so freaking cool. So yeah,
about comics, you will never know everything, and there's always so much more to learn.
Oh yeah. Same
And
thing
it's
about
just-
growing old.
yeah, true. And it's an adventure in the sense of
Rule number 1, don't die.
it's true. It makes comic reading very difficult.
Right.
You can't
If nothing
effectuate
else.
change if you're a corpse.
So yeah, no, it's been awesome, and the people in this community have been awesome, and I'm enjoying it. The adventure's been great with my son on doing things like this. It's been awesome to see things like Rob, your collection behind you, just at your hands, and Cap. I've reached out to you a couple times, and it's almost like anything I've ever wanted is close to you at hand. That. So I, just to see people like this is eye opening to me, and I never thought I'd be able to have the conversations that I can have with people like yourselves, because it's not normal to have these type of conversations with people. I can't have them with most of people around me. You know what I mean? So it's cool.
I tried telling a little kid a couple years ago about Dr. Octopus taking over Spider-Man, and by the end of it, he's like, I don't care about Spider-Man anymore.
Okay.
Had to be a tester for a minute. Taste this. Is this good enough? Yeah, it's good. But I feel the same way, for being like, I've actually been on YouTube for about almost 2 years, and I've watched people come and people go. But the whole thing is, they always talk about comic books, and that's what bonds us all together. Like, I can remember the first time I watched one of your shows, Rob, and I was just like, man, wife, check out this guy's collection. I want my man cave like that. I want it all behind me, and I just want to be able to go, oh, yeah, it's right here. Oh, yeah, that's just right over here. But, we all envy that part, but we also, I got to give you a lot of credit, because that's not an easy task. You have to know every issue, every number. Everything has to be down to a T, like some of my short boxes, they just have one in here, one in there, one in there.
2 years to put everything in order, and then it took the coronavirus hitting for me to spend 3 weeks making guest appearances from show to show, as I'm going, oh, yeah, okay, I'm appearing on your show. And then finally somebody said something controversial, and I act like Lewis Black and jump in front of the camera.
But I mean, that's
No, I know
the
you
same
do
way with
that.
all of us. We just have that love of comic books, you know, and that's what brings us together. Nobody really judges anybody for what style they like or this, you know. We might harass each other, but in the long run, you know, every character's been in somebody else's issue here or there, one way or another. So, I mean, they all mash together, just kind of like the whole comic book community. We all mash together. You know, some of us might all like Joker, or, you know, but I like this one too, and I like Flash, or I like Spider-Man. That's the thing about it is, you know, it's that brotherhood of comics that we all have, and sisterhood too, you know, that we all love comic books no matter what.
And that's what it boils down to is, you know, yeah, we all read different stuff, you know, anime or whatever, but we all enjoy this graphic, for lack of a term, almost novelish type of content. So it doesn't matter what form you like. It doesn't matter what title you like or whatever. That's what makes the community, is all these differences bring us together. All these differences are allow us to find similarities in one another, you know, and to me, that's cool, because again, I wasn't certain if what Kai and I were able to talk to people about was relevant enough, or is what others were doing. You know what I mean? I had no idea. It wasn't until I jumped on the community and started watching that I went, okay, these people are also into this, or, oh wow, I had no idea that this was a small part and that it branched off into this place. So it's been very expansive for me.
And expensive.
Yeah. But like Jabroni, you know, I can remember when he had 30 subs on his channel. 30 subscribers is all Jabroni had on his channel, you know, and I was like number 31 of his subscribers and was there every time he did a show. Hey man, you know, I like your Joker books. I like this, you know, I like that, you know, and I've always tried to support anybody and everybody in the community one way or another. Try to say hi. There's people just like us that never did a video, never done jumping on somebody else's screen, but they're always in the chat. So, I mean, that's kind of that thing too.
And if there's anybody watching right now that isn't sure if they can do this, I'm a fat bastard with the last name of Worse. If I can do it, anybody can do this. It's fun. No one's going to be making fun of you, because the only people that are watching this, they're not here to watch Kim Kardashian's ass. They're here to listen to a bunch of geeks like us talk about comic books.
Right? I got a big old long gray beard. I got a captain's hat, you know. My crew in the summertime call me Cap, and it's just stuck ever since then, you know, and I'll wear a captain hat out, weed whacking with my guys, you know, anything they need, they just call me Cap, and I'm there for them. So it's always stuck with Cap, you know. But
I think there's only like 4 prerequisites, and you only need to have 2 of them to be one of us. And it's 1, have glasses, 2, have a beard, 3, have a cat, and 4, which is the most important one, have comic books.
Comic books. Right?
Pretty much. That's pretty much hit every one of my checklists right there, except for the cat. You just insert dog and voila, same thing.
Oh, you're one of the ones that doesn't have a cat.
Oh, I do have a cat.
You do, of course you do.
Yeah. Cat and 5 kids, you know.
You got a collection, more than comics.
The
cat gets to go outside more than I do.
Oh well, yeah, that's just for a little while.
Yeah.
2 brothers, like your analogy.
But it seems like it's been snowing every other day, anyways, over here, so it's all right.
Snow.
At least once a week.
Wow.
You get used to it.
Oh, it's April. Jeez.
Well, yeah, he's out in that Sturgis area. So what is that?
Where is that?
It's like Montana, isn't it?
No.
South Dakota, right in the middle of the United States.
The
Right in the
actual
middle.
What's
So we missed it. What state is that then?
South Dakota.
South
South
Dakota.
Dakota? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Southern boy. I'm from South Dakota, not North Dakota.
I'm from the South. South, yeah, South Dakota.
Yeah, South Dakota, not North Dakota.
That's funny.
I grew up in Wisconsin, so everybody we knew went to Sturgis.
Yeah, she's from Wisconsin area, so you know that whole factory out
Oh
there. and
yeah,
all
that's
that.
right over there.
So she would frequently see a lot of bikes going through there.
Well, we lived by the Harley Davidson plant
Hmm.
in Menominee
Oh, yeah.
Falls.
Yeah, by that
That was a
Menominee
big
Falls.
party at the 100th, I think it was, 100th anniversary up there in Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was a crazy one.
huge. Yup, nonstop cycles.
That's what it's like 2 weeks here, nonstop for the week of the rally. It's just nonstop. It's from sunrise to sunset. It's just nonstop.
That's so
Put that
cool.
down here in Florida for people going to Key West that are the bikers every weekend.
Daytona weekend down there too. That's a big one.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
like
no,
to do
I-
that. Drive a bike along the beach. You know, that'd be kind of fun.
Oh. But we have one better for you. If you want to drive some illegal sort of stuff here where you're going the wrong way on I-95, Martin Luther King Day is when you have people down here get on their ATVs, their four-wheelers, and they take over the road.
Where's that?
It's
That
not
sounds like fun.
illegal, but they do it.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, it's fun to watch. Not to be in the damn thing, though.
Right.
I'll put it this way. If you watch Breaking Bad, it's kind of like when they go, when Walter White's saying, I'm doing this for my family. Well, any of these people that are on the bikes and ATVs going, I'm doing this for Martin Luther King. I'm trying to say guns down and bikes up. I'm like, no, asshole. You're doing this because you want to do it.
Right.
And
You
you're
want to
just
blow off some
hammering-
steam? That's what you're doing.
and you're just hammering enough to go, I can do this. Hold my beer.
Right.
Oh, I've seen it. People going the wrong way, going on up interstate onto 95 or the turnpike.
Right.
It's like Martin Luther King. Hey, you want me to drive somewhere on Martin Luther King? No. Why would you want me to do that? I'm not going to crash. I'll kill a biker. And then if I kill a biker, I'm going to have 50 people try and kill me.
Absolutely.
Well, on average, during Sturgis, I think there's anywhere from 7 to about 50 deaths just during Sturgis. But it's usually somebody drunk driving or driving through the hills and taking corners too fast. You know, it's little simple like that things.
Just being irresponsible.
You don't know.
Well, hey, I'm going to call it here. I need to save at least 3.5 hours, and I'm down to my last 4 hours on stream. Everyone's been streaming, so we've all been going through our hours.
Right.
I thought that they stopped limiting the amount of hours that you can stream.
Did they?
That's what I
They're
heard.
still sending me messages. They're still saying congratulations, but you only have like now 3 hours left or 4 hours left.
I could be wrong.
Well, I got 2 shows that I got to save time for, and I'd hate for them to cut me out on it. I got the Artist Alley that I want to make sure I have time for.
Well, tell them it's a birthday present and you want more hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
It's my birthday. Cut me a break. It's the Corona. Give me more hours. Just give me
Yeah,
more.
Corona hours.
Give me more hours. Just give me more hours.
I'm sure I'll end up seeing you guys out there in the stream later on or something. But thank you, gentlemen, for hanging out with me. Thank you, community, for hanging out with us. And it was a lot of fun. It really was. And from me at 1-2 Comic Talk, thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Kevin!
Thank you. Take care, everybody. Stay well.